Hey everyone, big news just dropped and it's shaking up the world of Genshin Impact. Hoyoverse, the developer we all know and love, sometimes, has been slapped with a massive $20 million fine by the FTC. But that's not all. This fine comes with major restrictions on how loot boxes, or as we know them, gacha systems, are handled moving forward. These changes could impact the future of not just Genshin Impact, but potentially the entire gaming industry. So what does this mean for us as players? In today's video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know, why this happened, how it could affect the way we pull on banners, and what this means for the future of Genshin and beyond. Whether you're a casual player or someone who pulls on every banner, this is something you definitely don't want to miss out on. Let's start with what happened. On January 17th, the FTC announced that Hoyoverse was fined $20 million and will now face new restrictions specifically around how they market loot boxes to players under 16. Why? According to the FTC, Hoyoverse misled players, especially younger ones, about the real cost and odds of pulling rare 5-star characters. If you've ever poured your hard-earned Primo Gems into a banner and felt like you were getting nowhere, you probably know exactly what they're talking about. But that's not all. The FTC also found that Hoyoverse violated privacy laws by collecting data from players under 13 without parental consent. So it wasn't just about the gacha system, it was about how they handled sensitive player information too. As part of the settlement, Hoyoverse has had to make some major changes. Here's a quick rundown of what's coming. No loot boxes without parental consent for players under 16. If you're under 16 and want to make wishes on a banner, you'll now need parental permission. This could make it harder for younger players to participate in events. Direct purchase options for in-game currency. Hoyoverse will now be required to offer a straightforward, real money purchase option alongside bundles of Primo Gems. No more confusing exchange rates or virtual currencies. Everything will be much clearer. Transparency about odds. Hoyoverse must clearly display the actual odds of pulling specific characters or weapons. No more wondering if your luck is worse than it should be. Everything will be out in the open. And let's be real, how many of us have spent way too much time manually counting pulls to figure out how close we are to pity? This settlement could finally push for improvements like an in-game pity counter that tracks your progress and tells you exactly how many pulls you've done. It would save us so much time and make the process way less frustrating. But here's the big question. How will these changes affect the experience for us day-to-day players? On one hand, these updates aim to make systems fairer and less predatory, especially for younger players. On the other hand, some of the excitement of pulling on banners comes from the element of chance. With everything laid out so plainly, will it take away some of the thrill? It's not just Genshin Impact that's affected either. This ruling could sit for other games as well with similar mechanics, like Honkai Star Rail, or even some console games that include loot boxes. The gaming industry as a whole is going to feel the ripple effects of this decision. That said, I want to clarify something. This ruling is specific to the United States, so the changes we're discussing might not apply globally, at least not yet, but as developers adapt to meet these requirements, we could see similar changes roll out in other regions as well. Now you might be wondering, when will this actually happen? The settlement still needs to be approved by a federal judge, but once that's done, Hoyoverse will have to act quickly to comply. It's likely we'll start seeing changes in Genshin Impact and other Hoyoverse games in just a few months. So what do you think? Will these updates make Genshin Impact a better game, or are you worried it might lose some of its charm? How do you feel about the $20 million fine? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.